right,
Montebello.
we are back in session for the evening session. First on the agenda is public comments not associated with the public hearing. We have no one signed up. Is there anyone here to speak? Montebello? No?
Montebello doesn't.
See, hearing none, we will close the public comment section, and now we will open the public hearing. Do we want to have a
Mr. Brown?
presentation?
Yes.
Yes.
We'll do the presentation.
So, Mr. Brown, if you could do your presentation, please, step on up.
Presentation, and I won't take long.
Don't take long. Charlotte Courthouse is a long ways away from here.
Huh?
Charlotte Courthouse is a
Oh,
long drive for you.
Good drive up and a good drive back. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're here tonight to review and look at the proposed draft of the six-year plan that for FY 25 through 30. As you know, we met in work session last month and just kind of lay out what was in the plan. And nothing has changed other than the priorities. If y'all remember, y'all made a few changes in priority, and I'm pretty sure this plan reflects that. We can go through it line by line if you'd like.
So, one thing that staff brought to my attention is the initial one, which is the priority list is accurate. When we get to the motion, the second one, R 2024-39, those are not necessarily listed in priority order. They were just listed accordingly. So,
No,
just
that is a total separate matter.
total separate thing.
Total separate
Yep.
matter
I'm
from the
just
six-year plan.
saying it now for the public's, no.
Yeah, totally separate.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you look at the allocations on the cover sheet, do y'all have this? Yep, y'all got that?
Yes,
Got that?
we do.
If you look at the, allocations, you can see we're fortunate in Nelson, we still get a fair amount of money. We get two types of funding for secondary road construction, telecommunication fees, as well as what we call district grant unpaid road money. And in FY 25, our district grant unpaid road money is estimated to be $671,000 and some change. And our tele fees, that's $36,000, $186. That is undesignated secondary road construction money. But if you look at FY 26, you'll see that there's a pretty good cut in it. The revenue, the allocation is in FY 26 is $454,996. So that's a pretty good cut. But we'll still get as much bang for our buck on these roads as we can. And we are still building them with state forces and a little bit of higher equipment. So we do not want to put these out for bids competitively and not do them ourselves, because if we do, we won't get many miles hard surface. Looking at the plan, if you want to turn to sheet 1, it's kind of similar, very similar to what I went over with our work session. Cow Hollow, that is about 674. That road was completed last year. It's just waiting financial closure. Davis Creek, that project should be built this year. That's the number 2 priority. Hunting Lodge Road, 646, that's a 3rd priority. It's about 674 Jennings Creek. That is the 4th priority in the plan. Then you'll see on page 2, about 640 Wheeler's Cove. That's a 1.5 mile section. That's priority 5. Priority 6 is Route 667 Fork Mountain Road. Priority number 7 is Berry Hill Road, 613. Priority 8 is 629 Gulleysville. Priority 9 is Buffalo Station, Route 606. And then, I think the ones below this are the ones that were added, maybe. Route 764, Walk Around Lane is the 10th priority. The 11th priority is Route 721, Greenfield Drive. The 12th priority is 648 Eagle Mountain Drive. And that is the active projects that are in the 6-year plan right now. And I don't have the construction dates. I'm sorry about that. I should have put the estimated construction dates on it. But these projects are fully funded throughout the next 6 years in the FY 25-30 plan. Then lastly, you'll see a Nelson Countywide Transportation Services. This is an account that we keep money in to help do special projects that come up from time to time on secondary roads when we need to make a little improvement or a little safety improvement that comes up. And most of the time, this is where we put the telefees at from the telefee allocation is in this pot, in this account right here. And this account also pays for new secondary road signs. We fund new signs that are added to on the secondary road system. They are paid out of that account. But I'll be glad to answer any questions. I think this plan reflects the priorities that we worked on at our April meeting. So with that being said, I'll answer any questions.
So one thing that we did inquire about, and we don't need it today to make any decisions, I think we had asked for a list of current unpaved gravel roads.
Yes.
Okay. That's one that I would be interested in the future. That's it. How many linear miles are left? And, because growing up,
I want
there's not many, truly.
to say it's still 120, 30 miles left in
Wow.
county.
Okay, that's a lot.
Because it's about 30,
It's all in David's district.
There's a lot in South District,
Yeah.
coming off Tyree Road, going.
Well, there's a lot with people who don't like to live on them. That many.
I got all mine done.
but I mean, I think.
30 years ago.
Norfolk Road, that road's almost 7 miles.
Wow.
That's just one road.
Wow.
I don't remember that.
But I'd be curious
I'll
what-
get it to you.
get that list
It's
to us.
just not hard to find, but I know
Yeah.
it's still a fair amount. But one thing though, as we've been getting 5, 6, 7 miles a year hard service. As we reduce the mileage,
Yeah.
sadly, it affects your
less.
allocation. I make a joke about Campbell County. They get about $2,900 worth of unpaved road money for about 6 miles. That doesn't even qualify because it doesn't have the traffic count.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a joke in Campbell County when you have this hearing. What, really a waste of everybody's time.
Yeah.
Anyway, that doesn't have anything to do with Nelson County, but I thought y'all
Yep.
might like to hear that. Any questions on the actual 6-year plan then? Okay. The next item is the priority list. We worked pretty hard on that at our work session. If I am not mistaken, those priorities are the exact priorities that you all set when we had our meeting. You will see 3 additional routes on there. At Finley Gap Road, Jessica, I think that was one you wanted on there.
Well, I was interested in what the cost would be.
And that is the 1 mile section that
Finley
goes
Gap
down to
needs to
the
be
county's for future park. And that's why that's over there.
Yeah, Finley got it.
We don't worry about the cost.
That's their cost.
If it's a road in order or whatever, it's not on us. It gets done.
That list is still modifiable.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
we
list
can
is still-
change it. This is,
That one we can have up until every year in the future.
oh yeah, this is a holding spot.
Yeah,
You know, these are possible
Yeah.
future projects. You see Bradley Lane on there, you see Spy Run Gap, I think they were requested also. And the thing about it, next year, we'll go through this again.
do it again.
So
Yeah, we do it every year.
if conditions or warrants change on what your priorities are, we can shuffle any of this
Yeah,
around.
that list changes. Okay. All right.
Good. So that's where we're at, folks.
All right,
Students' public hearing.
so let's go
I don't
ahead,
have any.
let's go ahead and get started on the
I got mine
public
done.
hearing.
I got enough for both of us. I have enough for both of us.
We will open the public hearing for Resolution R 2024-38, the FY '25, FY '30 Secondary Six-Year Road Plan and FY '24-25 Construction Priority List. Does anybody, no one has signed up to speak? Anybody want to speak?
No.
If not, we will close the public hearing. And,
Mr. Chairman,
yep,
I'm ready when you are.
I'll entertain a motion to approve Resolution R 2024-38 as presented.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve Resolution R 2024-38 as presented.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion? Hearing none, we'll have a roll call vote.
Dr. Lee?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Mr. Harvey?
Yes,
Mr. Rutherford?
Yes.
Mr. Park?
Yes. Very good. Thank you.
And I'll make this next one when you're ready.
And
I don't know if you used it.
I don't know if you need explanation on why we're doing this.
Robert.
we're getting ready to move into R 2024-39. You want to talk about that a little bit, please?
Yes, this right here is something that I feel behind on getting to the board. And basically, according to the rural rustic design standard, the board of supervisors must approve that design standard to do rural rustic. And, you know, even though we pass a resolution with the 6-year plan that specifically states rural rustic, we still need to go back and pass a separate resolution designating these routes to be constructed to rural rustic standards. And that is all this is. This really has nothing to do with the 6-year plan, but all these roads are in the plan. Obviously, we wouldn't be asking you to approve it if they weren't going to be used, the rural rustics, if they weren't going to be rural rustic routes. But, and this, I won't say it's a technicality, but in some ways, it's a technicality to satisfy VDOT policy. You know, so.
Very good. Thank you. Any questions on that? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve Resolution R 2024-39 as presented.
Ernie's turn.
I move we approve resolution R
Evolution.
2024-39, approval of the rural rustic design standard for unpaved roads in FY 25-30, Nelson County Secondary Road 6-year improvement.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll have a roll call vote.
Mr. Rutherford?
Yes.
Mr. Harvey?
yes,
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Dr. Lee?
Yes.
Mr. Park?
Yes. All right, thank you all. Next, we have any other business. Did anybody have anything for Mr. Brown from today?
Thank you for the sign in Livingston. That pothole in Schuyler, if we could get it more permanent fix, thank you for putting the gravel in that they did. That
Yeah,
gets
they
us through.
filled it up, some temporary, they gotta find out what's going on.
Okay, sounds good.
You have something? I'm gonna get, can you come up, please?
Actually,
Just for the microphone. Yeah.
I'm looking for a contact person. In talking to a lot of fire departments, everyone seems to complain about VDOT response to traffic control during accidents and things. So who do I talk to on getting them to respond faster?
Well, the quickest way to get us to respond, and per policy, they should go to the VDOT call center. They should call 1-800-367-ROAD and request assistance. That is the quickest way.
Okay.
So is that not something that happens through dispatch? Or should that, who should be doing that?
Well, dispatch could call us, dispatch could call that number, and that's the way it's supposed to go, because we're not supposed to respond unless it's the Virginia State Police or law enforcement asks for it, and the calls are supposed to go through our call center. Now, in years past, I know with the sheriff and other people, once we get to know each other, they would call the superintendent down there and say, hey, I need some help. But technically, you're supposed to call the call center. And they send out the request, and they send it out immediately. And the bad thing about it, if you don't get the superintendent, what if he's not there that day? If you call that call center, it's gonna go to the superintendent, it's gonna go to the supervisors, it's gonna come across my computer. But that's why, I know it sounds crazy, but it's instantaneous, and if the person that they're trying to reach is not there, then somebody else will respond.
Okay. We're having quite a squabble with the police and the fire departments on who's supposed to do traffic control, and police get mad when the firefighters say, well, there's no fire situation here, it's not our job to do this. I'm just telling you how it is.
I mean,
You tell them to call me and I will straighten them out.
Well, it just seems, everyone does feel that it's the job of VDOT, but that they're not showing up,
well,
so,
sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't.
okay.
And we have to be careful. Not saying we don't want to help everybody out every time, but, we do not need to respond to every accident. I mean, if it's not a lane closure required or a long-term incident, then we need to be there. And that's, we have one county that, we responded to everything, and we had to nip that in the bud a little bit because it was just too convenient. It was too convenient for the fire departments, the sheriff's department, and some of the incident commanders to say, just be like y'all come. And like I said, we don't mind coming when we're needed, but for us to come to every call, that's not appropriate. Not appropriate.
Yeah, what you need to talk about is whatever fire department is calling it, is make sure that they're the ones that start the process. Because if not, then you got this one doing it, and this one doing it, and you got several organizations doing it.
Well, I guess I was just trying to learn what the process is, so that way, everyone is educated and maybe it'll work the way it's supposed to, so.
Typically, whoever the incident commander is out there is the person that makes the call, whether it's called VDOT or not. Whether it's fire chief, whether it's VSP, or maybe even the sheriff's department.
Well, the problem is, you're not sure what person you're gonna get, especially with the county and stuff. You don't know, is it just John Doe who's a fireman? Or,
Does that help?
I'll talk to you about it.
Anybody else? Thank you. No, you good?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
All right, any other business? If not, I will entertain a motion to continue this meeting to June 4th at 7 PM for the FY '25 budget public hearing.
These ladies are just something.
All right, I move that we continue this meeting to, you said June
June 4th,
June 4th at
7 PM.
I'll second.
Any discussion? If not, we'll do a vote by acclamation. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. We are adjourned. Thank you all.